Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys have had a good day here. I wanted to expand a little more on the whole Fanatics backlash, because wow, there is a ton of it, and it's all well deserved. But before I get into that, if you are new to the channel and you love hockey content, hockey jerseys, hockey talk, just hockey overall, and you like that kind of stuff, hopefully you enjoy my content. And if you do, it would be absolutely awesome if you would hit that subscribe button down there. Also, if you want to be notified of any future videos that are uploaded, hit that little bell, and then you'll be notified of any future content. So, the backlash for Fanatics is still big. I think honestly, they're probably thinking, that'll eventually just die down. I don't know about that. But the thing that gets me is the fact that when you look up, especially sports apparel, Fanatics has bought everything up. There's no competition anymore. Competition is good for the marketplace. Competition has always been good for the marketplace. When you have 3, 4, or 5 different companies all competing to make stuff for the same sport, like for the NHL and whatever, the prices for the products are always lower. They're always lower. And there's some effort then that goes into the designing portion. This is for hats, t-shirts, jerseys. This is why I kind of got a kick out of it back in the early 2000s, or well, even the late 90s into the early 2000s, when you didn't have just one jersey manufacturer in the NHL. The teams could make the choice as to who they wanted. So you had teams that wore Nike jerseys. You had teams that wore starter jerseys, starter/pro player, because they were basically the same. You had teams that wore CCM. So, it was kind of neat. So I mean, when you had three different companies all using different teams for the NHL, it was kind of cool. But then, it's just more people then started buying the CCMs, and then Nike got out of it. Starter got away from it. Pro Player just went, belly up. And then all there was CCM. CCM, of course, was the best quality jerseys. So, but there was that competition. And even if you since CCM, when jersey manufacturing, it's all been one company, but the hats, the t-shirts, stuff like that, those have all been done by different companies. And they've always tried to keep they've always kept the price, somewhat low. And I kind of wanted to do a little comparison here, because we all know the Fanatics hats. The Fanatics hats are not the greatest, but I wanted to show here. Over the years, we have seen different manufacturers make the Stanley Cup hats. And so I wanted to show some of these off and show one big difference here in a lot of these designs through the years. Now this is my 2010 Chicago Blackhawks Stanley Cup hat. As you can see, look at the design. That's a pretty nice design. Hat manufacturer, New Era. Pretty nice. Here is the 47 brand. They didn't make many of these in the Stanley Cup hats, but this is the 47 brand, and this was for 2016 for the Pittsburgh Penguins. That's a cool design. I really like that. I was a big fan of that. That's 47. Then, of course, we had Reebok. Here's one of the ones that Reebok made. This, of course, was for Pittsburgh again in 2017. Again, not a bad design. But you also had the Stanley Cup here on the brim, which made it look cool. And, of course, you know, you had the Stanley Cup champions on the back there. But I mean, you had the Stanley Cup in basically all of them. But now we go to Fanatics, the Fanatics hats. Tell me there's any inspiration here. Boring. Again, boring. Plus, do you see the Stanley Cup anywhere here? Even underneath. I mean, yeah, you've got the champions thing on the back there, but again, boring. And then, of course, last year's for Colorado. I mean, seriously? This is the problem when you do not have competition. When you have one company that owns that basically does all of the hats, the t-shirts, just everything, that's what you get. You go from an incredible looking design like this to an absolute boring product in this. I mean, which of these designs do you guys like better? I know what design I like better. But that's what we can that's unfortunately what we can expect from Fanatics being, you know, the be all end all when it comes to the NHL. And like I said, I want to be pleasantly surprised that, you know, that if in the next couple of years Fanatics can make decent looking jerseys on the retail level. You know what I mean? Like if they could pull off stuff like this on the retail level, like the Adidas Prime Greens, awesome. If they can do that, that might actually win some fans over. Because I have looked at the Twitter the Twitter page of Fanatics Suck. And wow. I'm like, how do you do that? I mean, how do you do that? That is something that was, you know, dating back to as far as, you know, as I've gotten merchandise, you know, hockey merchandise, shirts, hats, whatever, jerseys. I've never seen the amount of just idiocy than the quality control for Fanatics. I'm like really? I mean, you go and you get a jersey, it's misspelled. You go and you get a jersey, not only if it's misspelled, but you have two sets of numbers on it. Like I saw one, it's a Jack Hughes jersey. It's got Hughes' name on the back, 86 on the back, but on the sleeves, it's got Nico Hischier's number 13. How does that happen? You did not see that under CCM. At least not that I ever recall. And trust me, I'm one who, you know, was buying sports stuff, you know, like crazy when I was in school. I never saw that with CCM. I mean, yeah, you'd have some issues where especially like in the mid to late 90s, the quality of the CCMs, I mean, they weren't as good, but they were getting much better. Where the logos were, you'd go and you'd wash it and the logo would start peeling off, or stuff would just start peeling off over time. That got a lot better. As it got into the 2000s, it got much better. You don't see that. I mean, I've shown jerseys that I've had for almost 25, 30 years back here. And they look brand new. Because they were made in good quality. And that's what competition does. Competition creates a competitive marketplace. It makes the designers for these companies actually put some effort in. And that's the whole point. When you have multiple companies doing t-shirts, doing hats, jerseys, stuff like that, the prices are lower. This hat right here, I believe the t-shirt and hat combo, I believe I bought as a combo from, I think, the NHL shop site, $19.99 a piece. So I got the shirt and the hat for $40. You want to know how much this hat cost last year on the NHL site? Just this itself, $40. That is insane. And it's because there's no competition. There's nobody else that is making the merchandise for the NHL. This is why when you look at some of the other sports, I mean, I look at like the Super Bowl hats from this last year for the Kansas City Chiefs. Those hats looked fantastic. The hats looked fantastic. Who made those hats? Not Fanatics. Those hats were made by New Era. That's what you need. You need the competition. You can't just be completely ran by one company where Fanatics runs the whole show in the NHL. And there's nobody there. There's no competition for them. So they're not worried about anybody being able to take over because there's no competition there. They've allowed no competition, so they can put out the absolute shoddiest product possible. Because they're like, well, where else are you going to get them from? You're not going to get anything NHL related outside of us. So they can make the products absolutely junk. And they can do designs like this that I'm sorry, my 11-year-old daughter could come up with a better hat design than these guys. It's just it's horrible. I mean, no creativity. No accountability either for your crap product. And them saying the fact they apparently took a poll in this one article that I read. It said that their Fanatics breakaway jersey, they got 4.5 out of 5 stars in this poll. Where'd you do this poll at? Did you do the poll? Was it an intercompany poll? You had to have done it from an in-company poll, or you just talked to people who know nothing about hockey jerseys. You didn't talk to anybody who actually is a collector. Because you know what your results would be? 1 star, if not 0 stars. Because your Fanatics breakaway jerseys are crap. total crap. The logos are awful. The logo, you can't even get the logo, you can't even get the colors right. They showed a picture on the Fanatics Sucks one. They were showing the Calgary Flames Blasty prime green. They showed the prime green, and they showed it next to the Fanatics version. You think the Fanatics can't even get the colors right. The colors were all wrong, and the logo is just garbage. It's horrible. So, the fact that the NHL decided, yeah, we're going to do this 10 years, we're going to keep these guys. To me, we need more. We need more companies in making merchandise in the NHL. It can't just be Fanatics. And and the fact that that they're probably just thinking, well, this backlash will subside. It'll just subside. No, I don't see that happening for a while, a long while. To me, the only way the backlash stops, where they can put a halt to the backlash, is they better make the retail jerseys. They better make them like these. They better make them like the Adidas Prime Green. Make the logos, good quality. And see, that's the thing. I don't think Fanatics can do this. I don't think Fanatics can do a logo like this. I really don't. At least not out of Indonesia. If they do this from the factory in Quebec, maybe. But when it comes to a logo like this, the prime green style logo, Fanatics, I don't think they can do it. Because if they could do it, why wouldn't they have been doing it the whole time? I don't know. I don't hold out a lot of hope for Fanatics on the retail level. To me, you need more companies in there making merchandise, because then it will force Fanatics to up its game. If you had more than just one company doing everything, it would force Fanatics to up their game, to improve their quality, and it would be better. It would be better for merchandise sales, because competition helps lower prices. The more competitors you have, the lower the prices you have. The lower the prices. Good example, when the big giant 70-inch flat screen TVs first came out, you only had one company making them. They were charging thousands of dollars for them. Then all of a sudden you had all these other different companies making those same TVs. Now how much can you get one of those 70-inch flat screens for? Depending on where you go, if you find a sale, $300-$400? And you've got your choice. What brand do you want to pick? That's what needs to happen again in the NHL marketplace. You need different companies that can make jerseys, hats, t-shirts, hoodies, because it will lower the prices, and it will then make the main company, which unfortunately is Fanatics, to step up their game. Otherwise, they will get run over. So that's kind of my thoughts on it. But let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think competition in the market, in the NHL marketplace would help the merchandise? Or does somebody like the idea of just one company making everything, and to hell with the creativity or whatever? Let me know what you guys think of that in the comment section. And if you have not done so, again, it would be fantastic if you love the content to hit that like button. You can hit it, tap it, whatever whatever you want to do. Smash the like button, whatever. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the little bell if you want to be notified of new content when it's uploaded. And yeah, competition in the marketplace. To me, you can't go wrong if you've got multiple companies doing the same things or doing the same type of products. I will see you guys soon.